love to talk to you about my four-footed friend Thelma and let you know about my other four-footed friend Velda. Yes, I've had two seeing eye dogs or service dogs, but they're called seeing eye dogs because they really do help you see where you're going. I've had Thelma since 2018 and she's been a great guide dog to me. You see, she's my eyes when we travel different places. Why did I choose to get a seeing eye dog? Well, you know, I used a cane for all of my life, and one of the things I found when they stopped making the curbs steps and they made them cut curves is they might have been great for wheelchair people, but for those of us that just used the cane and didn't have any real landmarks, you gotta have pretty good white cane skills in order to think about getting a seeing eye dog. Because you see, your travel skills with a white cane, whether you know how to cross streets, listen for the traffic, those are so important, even with a dog. The difference between a dog and a white cane is that with a dog, you don't count the lampposts. The dog just takes you to the corner and you tell them right or left or forward, depending on what you want to do with the curbs. If you want to cross the street, if you want to turn right, or if you want to turn left. But with a white cane, you've got to count and look for your landmarks almost everywhere. And it's not that I don't look at landmarks now that I have a dog, but you look at them in a different way. And your dog and you team up to get you where you need to go. So, whatever school that you apply for, and there are several guide dog schools throughout the nation, you need to fill out the applications and they take you through an evaluation. They come to your home and then they start looking at what dog would be right for you. What was it like to start using my first dog? I'm telling you, it was like freedom. It was like flying. It was like I felt when I was water skiing for the first time. I felt like I was very independent. I could walk faster than I could with a cane. And my dog and I were teaming up together to make a great pair. Now, there is a huge learning curve because you have to get used to not using your cane, but using your dog. And they kept telling me, trust your dog. That was pretty hard for me because I'm pretty independent and I love to have control. But Thelma and I, or Velda and I, we learned to trust each other. This is called trusting your dog. There's no landmarks. Trusting your dog. No landmarks. I'm coming to the busy street. I'm going to have to trust that she's not going to take us in the street. Up to the grass. Up to the grass. If I would overthrow her, in other words, if I would not trust her, and I would just keep walking, I would fall because I'd fall into the street without knowing the curve was there. You don't talk, touch, or feed a dog when they're working for their owner, but you can talk to the owner, touch the owner on the shoulder, or feed the owner chocolate. Because it's so important to teach people about the do's and don'ts of the service dog and not get angry at people because people so often don't know. I remember the day before Velda died. Velda and I were taking a hike. She did well that whole day. She did well the whole week before. The next day I had a breakfast engagement and my husband was off work. So I left her at home because my friend was picking me up and then we were gonna go on to work, and I just decided she might need a break today. Didn't have a clue that anything was really wrong except she had a little cough. The vet was so sweet, but he said she had a fast-growing sarcoma cancer. We could prolong her life, but she would just suffer. Velda, who had been my dog for 9 3/4 years, it was really hard. Because she was my eyes, she was my companion, she was the one that would travel with me and we would learn new adventures together and we would hike trails and go on the Metrolink and on the buses and go to work together, walk across busy streets.
It took me 2 years before I could even think about letting another dog into my life. Then one day I realized I needed to get through it, and I decided I could move on to a new dog. It was really helpful that some of the trainers at the Seeing Eye encouraged me as well. So I applied, and this is my new friend now that I hope will last for another 7 or 8 years. My friend Thelma. Getting a service dog is just not like having a pet dog. $50,000 is about what it costs to train a service dog and prepare them and get them ready for you. Outside? See her, look at her nose. See? I can put my hand right up here. There's the door. So she stopped right in the middle, depending on which door I wanted. And she stopped right there so that I could just reach out and get the door. So having a service dog is not a piece of cake. It takes work on both the owner's part and the dog's part. But in my estimation, if you love dogs, and if you want to be more independent, and if you're adventurous, a service dog just might be your